Let's take you to the Eastern Cape now, where Police Minister Bheki Cele is visiting Bityi, where one family lost 7 members after an ambush while they were burying other members of the family. Bheki Cele is speaking at the moment. Let's listen in.
All that, there is a lot of problem. So we work broadly on that. There are requests that have been made by Amakosi here of the extra policing, some elite units and all. We'll be working on that so that by the time we come, we know what to do and how to do it. But the arrest, we expect it to happen quickly. That will be really a instruction to all law enforcement to say, let's find those people that have done this and committed this kind of crime of killing those people. Some of them who do not know anything, some of them are women. And maybe we also take this opportunity of passing our condolences on behalf of the delegation to the families here. But their condolences will be only realized as we do our work as the police for arresting those criminals.
All right, thank you, Minister. We'll take ENC again.
From ENC, Minister. Minister, what Ngosupo Bulwengo was saying here, my question to you is, were you hearing this for the first time? And what is it to think that the police have failed in terms of preventing such not to have gone to this far?
Well, I fully agree with you that it would be good police to prevent, but my fear and my take would be when police don't respond. When we have a long list of victims and no list of perpetrators that have been apprehended and put to the law. That's the first thing that we need to fix. Whoever commits the crime must be found and put to the law. That's a thing that Deputy National Commissioner will be working on. If we need to enhance the capabilities and capacity of investigation, that will be done. But if you don't start by arresting the people that have committed crime, we are not going to be able to stop. They raise the question of visibility, the question of operating the station and the resources, some cars and all that. That will only work proper once those people are arrested. That should be the first prize. Hence the call to say arrest those people that kill people, but arrest all other people that have committed the crime. Indeed, Nkosi says it will be in 3 weeks. So many people have been killed. Indeed, as the law enforcement and all other people that we work together with will have to enhance the situation and make sure that the results and outcomes are better.
All right, Minister, let's take the SABC over there.
It's fully conflict with the Minister from the SABC. Could just give us an update as to how far is the investigation into the murder of this?
We remember that there are 2 sides of murders. The 3 boys that were disappeared have been found dead. The other one, I think, because of the decomposed body, were trying to work on DNA. People have been arrested on that side. There have been people that have been arrested. So that's why we say police must work harder to arrest both sides. It should not be on one side. Those people have been arrested, and are they appearing today or tomorrow in court? They're appearing in court today. So of those that 3 boys were killed, but we have not arrested from this side. The story is that we know them, those people. That should not be the story. The story should be they're in court like the other side. So we are working on that. We are working to say we must be able to respond. But police are close. For some reason, we have been giving them extra 24 hours to work on that.
All right, Madam Chair, Minister, let's take the last round of questions. Colleagues, we'll end with you because I know it's not connected to this. Any other hand, you can go ahead. Can you just take it up so we can hear you?
My name is Roland from the Daily Dispatch. You spoke of detectives not doing their jobs here. What action are going to take? Where do we come from with that?
Well, I take, based on the information that we have seen, the long list of victims and no list of perpetrators. Maybe it's on score. I even said that the National Deputy Commissioner is a detective by profession, so we'll have to help. That's what we do as the police, because we don't have the police to spread them around the country, all the corners. When there is a desperate need in that particular area and that particular time, we can push to deal with that particular matter. Is what we are exactly trying to do, to say we'll have to come, answer this, arrest these people, and simply say to criminals, you can't just commit crime and run over us. The state must respond. The authority of the state on behalf of the people must respond. It is on that score that if we need to pinch some other areas on the capacities and capabilities of policing, we'll have to do that.
All right, Madam Chair, Minister, let's take the last question, which is not related to this matter.
Yes, it's not. Mr. Cele, you mentioned during your opening address just a quick reaction with regards to the parole announcement of Janus Balus. You said that you sympathize with the Hani family. Can you elaborate? And also, Deputy Minister, also want your comments on that.
All right, we'll start with the Minister and then end with the DM. Okay?
I've made my comments.
Can you elaborate, sir? You didn't say much.
Well, one should not be seen and be on the side of not respecting the laws and the structures of the laws in the country. But that does not mean that one doesn't have the opinion. My opinion then doesn't work when the law has worked on that way. But some of us who worked with Chris, both exiled and in the country, we thought that was a very special human being, that South Africa was really blessed with him. We remember that day when we lost him. It never came in our heads, in our minds and hearts, that somebody one day will be free when Chris is forever gone. Maybe it's what he said again, to say it will be good, these things, if they are open sometimes to the general population, to be given opportunity to tell how do we feel. I want to repeat, if you could go to the broader society of South Africa, they would not love to see what they've seen and what happened yesterday. But I want to emphasize the point. It's the law, and we'll have to respect the law. If we need and we have a problem, the law will have to be changed. But for now, that's what has happened. But I feel like many South Africans, I haven't heard anybody. It would be from organizations themselves, even those that Christian was never a member of them. I've read the statements. Everybody feels that at this time the nation has been let down.
All right, we'll take the last part from the DM and we'll bring this to the clerk.
The constitution of the country is architecture as well as the architecture of our criminal justice. The laws are meant to protect the vulnerable. And if there is a sense in society generally that the criminal justice and the laws no longer protect them, that has got a potential to create social instability in the country. And therefore we shouldn't run away from looking at the laws that we think that must give confidence to the people. For example, the perception now is that the laws of the country, they favor criminals, not the victims. And you can't run away from that fact unless you deal with it decisively and say, when the architecture of the constitution and the law was done in the late 90s, it was meant for human beings. Clearly, people who commit some of this criminality, we're no longer dealing with human beings. Therefore, it's important that we have to review, or if we have to review the current legislations, the current acts, we need to make sure that people still have a confidence in the criminal justice as a whole. I'm talking about the prosecution, the police, and so on. And therefore, what happened, whether we're talking about the issue of parole, for example, parole was made with the mind of restorative justice. But people are released on parole after serving a lot of time in jail. They still come out and commit more crimes. And therefore there's something at this juncture between what was meant and what the reality at the moment. So that's why, in my view, we need to review certain laws to make sure that people continue to have confidence in the criminal justice system. Because should it continue to be, as I see now, if you estimate the future, people who have no confidence in the criminal justice, that may lead to social instability and something else.
Loud and clear, DM, Minister, MEC, Generals, and everyone present, thank you so much. And of course, colleagues of the media will bring this to the close.
Can you go?
Can you go?
Thank you.
All right, that is Police Minister Bheki Cele, along with the Deputy Minister of State Security, Zizi Goto, and other members of government visiting the family in Bityi in the Eastern Cape, where 7 members of the family were shot and gunned down during the funeral of other family members. So he is saying so far that police are close. Investigations are still continuing, although no arrests have been made. He says police have very positive leads. And of course, State Security Minister or Deputy State Security Minister Zizi Goto is there because the State Security Department and State Security Agency has been found wanting quite a bit. Lots of questions around them, especially because of the shootings that we've seen happen throughout the country, particularly in Gauteng and KZN. The questions have been, where are they? Do they even know that there's going to be, a threat to security in South Africa? And this, of course, was also exacerbated because of what happened last year in July.